Episode 3, Eligibility, Application, and Audit Steps, we slow down and look at the practical side of earning the PMI-RMP credential, the administrative journey that turns intent into approval. Certification is more than an exam. It is a professional declaration, backed by verified experience and ethical conduct. Navigating the paperwork correctly saves time and stress later. Each field on the form, each project description, and each signature contributes to a portfolio of credibility. This episode walks through that path with calm precision, showing how to document your qualifications clearly, anticipate verification requests, and move smoothly from application to scheduling. Eligibility for the PMI-RMP rests on a balance between education and experience. The Project Management Institute defines specific thresholds that reflect readiness for professional responsibility. Candidates with a secondary degree, such as a high school diploma or associate degree, must show more practical hours of project risk management experience than those with a four-year degree or higher. The intent is fairness. The more formal education you have, the fewer experience hours you need to demonstrate. These hours must come from real projects where risk identification, analysis, or monitoring occurred, not from theoretical exercises or academic simulations. Clarity and truth matter more than embellishment. Documenting projects accurately is the foundation of a strong application. Each entry should tell a concise story: what the project aimed to accomplish, what role you played, and what risk activities you led or supported. Avoid vague language like "helped with analysis." Instead, describe outcomes. Developed quantitative models to prioritize schedule risks, or facilitated weekly risk reviews with cross-functional teams. The reviewers reading your submission need to understand your contribution without guessing. When your description aligns with the vocabulary of the PMI-RMP handbook, it signals professionalism and makes verification easier. Think of it as building an evidence narrative, not just filling out fields. Selecting references requires care. The best references are those who genuinely remember the work and can confirm it without hesitation. They might be supervisors, clients, or colleagues, anyone who had visibility into your performance. Avoid choosing high-ranking contacts who cannot recall details. The Project Management Institute values accuracy over prestige. A credible reference can confirm scope, dates, and your role in managing risk. Let your references know in advance that you are listing them and explain what to expect. This courtesy avoids confusion later if the Institute contacts them for clarification. Strong references are a silent endorsement that strengthens your entire submission. The application itself is structured but straightforward when approached methodically. Begin with your personal details and educational background, ensuring dates align with official transcripts or certificates. Then enter project experience, breaking it down by title, duration, and responsibilities. Keep terminology consistent with standard risk processes: identify, analyze, plan, monitor, and control. The online portal allows you to save progress, so take time to proofread before submission. Many applicants rush through this step and overlook formatting or duplication errors. Treat your application like a professional proposal. It should read cleanly, flow logically, and reflect your best attention to detail. Common pitfalls often lead to audit triggers, even when the intent is honest. Overlapping project dates that exceed realistic workload limits can raise flags. So can inconsistent titles or exaggerated claims about leadership roles. Unverifiable references or incomplete descriptions may also invite review. The system occasionally selects applications randomly for quality assurance, but accuracy reduces concern. Avoid copying text from another candidate or template. The Institute recognizes patterns and prefers authentic entries. Think transparency over perfection. An audit is not punishment. It is simply a verification of trust. Still, preventing confusion through precise documentation is the smarter route. If audited, stay calm and organized. You will receive a clear email outlining what documentation is required. Typically, signed verification forms, copies of educational certificates, and proof of experience. Gather these materials systematically and verify that names and dates match your application exactly. The typical audit timeline allows several weeks for response, so communicate with your references early. Send everything as one complete package rather than in fragments. The Project Management Institute reviews submissions quickly once all materials are received. Treat the process as an extension of professionalism, prompt, transparent, and thorough. Most audits resolve smoothly when approached with that mindset. Once your application is approved, the next step is payment and scheduling. You will receive authorization to test, known as the Eligibility ID, which opens a one-year window to take the exam. Through the Pearson VU system, you can select an in-person test center or an online proctored session. Choose your date strategically, far enough to study properly, but soon enough to maintain momentum. Payment confirms your slot and locks eligibility status. Keep a digital record of receipts and confirmation emails. Those documents will matter later for maintenance, reimbursement, or employer verification. Life happens, and sometimes you must reschedule, cancel, or even retake the exam. The Project Management Institute's policies are clear but time-sensitive. Rescheduling requires notice, typically at least 2 days before the appointment, to avoid forfeiting fees. Cancellations follow similar rules. If you do not pass on the first attempt, you may retake the exam up to 3 times within your eligibility year, paying a reduced fee each time. Understanding these conditions early helps manage both budget and mindset. Failure, while disappointing, is not final. The system is designed to encourage persistence rather than punishment. Maintaining records beyond the application stage is good discipline. Keep copies of your eligibility email, audit correspondence, and confirmation letters in a secure folder. If you pursue additional certifications later, these materials demonstrate professional continuity. Should you ever face another audit for renewal or a future credential, these archived files reduce effort dramatically. Documentation also supports reimbursement or continuing education credit with employers. Think of your certification paperwork as part of your professional portfolio, a living archive of diligence and progress that grows over your career. The ethics statement in the application deserves more than a quick checkbox. By agreeing to it, you affirm honesty, transparency, and respect for intellectual property. Misrepresenting hours or responsibilities may yield short-term approval but long-term damage if discovered. The Project Management Institute's Code of Ethics reflects shared professional integrity. It is less about policing and more about preserving collective trust. Signing that statement aligns you with a global standard, one that values truth even under competitive pressure. Ethical practice builds a reputation that travels farther than any certificate ever could. Receiving approval is an exciting milestone, but it is also a signal to act. Confirm your test date immediately while motivation is high. Build or refine your study plan based on your remaining window. Notify your references of your success. It closes the loop professionally. If your employer sponsored your application, update them on progress and request support for preparation time. Treat this moment not as a pause, but as a pivot from paperwork to learning. Momentum matters. The sooner you shift focus from eligibility to mastery, the better your performance on exam day will be. Sometimes, despite best efforts, applications are delayed or even denied. This outcome, while frustrating, is not the end. Most denials stem from insufficient documentation or unclear project descriptions. Review feedback carefully, correct deficiencies, and reapply when ready. If your situation changes, new projects, updated degrees, or different references, those details can strengthen your case. Keep communication respectful and factual. The Institute appreciates professionalism even in appeal. Many successful candidates earned approval on their second attempt because they treated the first as a rehearsal, not a rejection. Every professional journey benefits from closure, and this phase is no different. Once your application is accepted and your exam date set, mark those milestones visibly, on calendars, in planners, wherever you track priorities. Lock the dates, commit to preparation, and transition into study mode. The administrative phase may seem tedious, but it cultivates habits that define the rest of the process: accuracy, organization, and persistence. By mastering the paperwork, you prove that discipline extends beyond theory. Now the focus shifts to learning and practice, the heart of what will make you a certified risk professional ready for any challenge ahead. Thanks for listening. For more audio courses, daily newsletters, and more, please visit DailyCyber.News.